like we said, there's a little glimmer of hope as far as the doctor strike is concerned. It's entering, I think today is the 21st day of this strike. But the head of the public service, that is Felix Koskei, announced the release of funds to facilitate the deployment of interns. Of course, if you know the issues that doctors have been pushing for, one of them was deployment of. So he said the issue of intern doctors has now been solved. As a sign of goodwill, the government, through Mr. Koskei, has asked the doctors to reciprocate the gesture by suspending the strike to facilitate the resumption of the court-sanctioned mediation. So far, about how much? 2.4 billion shillings has been released to facilitate the immediate deployment and the posting of the cohorts of junior doctors.
Yes, this comes as good news as the monies have been released. That is 2.4 billion for intern doctors. Of course, it was one of the plight that the doctors were actually facing. Among also medical cover for the doctors, and we are also looking at a situation whereby so many people have been ailing from illnesses, and of course with the strike we've seen a couple of people go through a lot of trouble. Remember also the clinical nurses, clinical officers actually joined in on the strike most recently, making an announcement on Sunday, and it is quite sad for anyone who's actually sick right now or actually requires that kind of caregiving throughout their period or stay. And we are looking at a situation whereby if this is just one of the things the government is sorting, and they promise to they actually promise to go on to the next one, the doctors have actually made a declaration that they are not going to go back on their CBA 2017 to 2021 because there's a lot of things that were supposed to be done. And this is not the first CBA. This is not the first collective bargaining agreement. They've done others. We're talking to one doctor. He's one of the seniors at CMA, and he was telling me that this is not the first agreement. The 2017 to 2021 is not the first agreement. They had one in 2006, another one in 2012. And it's quite sad that we are looking at a situation whereby some of the most, this is one of the most crucial parts of any human being. Like the health sector is one of the most important sector in any country anywhere in the world.
Right, and we don't seem to appreciate them. However, if this is a beginning to the doctors' needs being met, then it would be good to see perhaps doctors at work, because there's already been at major referral hospitals, and we're already understaffed, as we know, as far as doctors, clinical officers, nurses, basically the entire healthcare system is concerned. So when doctors do go on strike, the strain is unimaginable. Of course, very few Kenyans can afford private healthcare, and of course, there's not that many private facilities across the country as well. So it's a compounding of issues.
But it's also a good way to start the morning. They start with interns and also look at the other plights by the doctor and the request by the doctors, demands, not requests, demands by the doctors. Then I hope that this nation is actually going to move forward, making sure that we get to have proper healthcare facilities and, of course, proper healthcare in general.